Dear Department of Energy, I hope you're having a great day. I acknowledge the efforts being made to electrify Tanzania. However, according to World Banks, over the past decade, Tanzania has increased access to electricity at a rate of less than 1 percentage point per year. At this rate, it will take well into the 22nd century to achieve universal electrification. Therefore, I bring forward a proposal so even the impoverished of the impoverished have access to one of the most basic necessities around the world, electricity. Unfortunately, affordable access to clean energy remains as an elusive dream for most Tanzanians, especially those living outside of urban centers and the poor. According to a report published by World Bank, only 14% of the Tanzanian population has access to electricity in 2016. Rural areas are virtually disconnected from the national electrical grid. Only 3% of the people living in rural villages use electricity, while 95% use firewood for cooking. Even though national-based centralized grids might seem like a perfect solution, it isn't the most financially equipped one, as it will be too expensive and difficult to transmit power using standard extensions of the centralized grid to the many rural areas in Tanzania. A great working solution as an alternative would be the use of solar photovoltaic power in these rural areas. According to the data from Energy Sage, solar energy became the cheapest source of energy worldwide in 2016 in over 20 countries. There are many benefits to solar energy. However, first, it is crucial to look at how it works. According to Select Energy, solar panels are comprised of many small photovoltaic cells that convert sunlight into electricity. These cells are made of semiconductive materials which can maintain the electrical imbalance needed to create an electrical field. When sunlight hits the semiconductor in the solar panel, the energy from the light in the form of photons is absorbed, knocking loose a number of electrons which then drift freely in the cell. The solar cell is specifically designed with positively and negatively charged semiconductors sandwiched together to create an electrical field. The electrical field forces the drifting electron to flow in a certain direction, towards the conductive metal plates that line the cell. This flow is known as energy current, and the strength of the current determines how much electricity each cell can produce. Once the loose electrons hits the metal plates, the current is then directed to the wires, allowing the electrons to flow like they would in any other source of electric generation. As the solar panel generates an electric current, the energy flows through a series of wires to an inverter. While solar panels generate direct current electricity, most electricity consumers need alternating current electricity to power their buildings. The inverter's function is to turn electricity from DC to AC, making it accessible for everyday use. There are many benefits to this easy and accessible process, which include, according to SEPCO, this is the most eco-friendly way to produce power directly from sunlight for most household needs. Solar system converts sunlight directly into electricity with no moving parts or maintenance. It is free and safe. It has clean energy with no fuel. Solar power is also pollution-free and causes no greenhouse gases. The second benefit of solar panels are that it is economically helpful, as there is typically no maintenance costs unlike microgrids or centralized grids, which are extremely expensive. Employing this method would also create jobs by hiring solar panel manufacturers or solar installers, and etc. And in turn, it will help the economy of a poor nation like Tanzania. Even though this method has positives, it also includes negative aspects that are crucial to highlight before the implementation of the solar panels. One such negative includes the economic aspect, the cost of the installation of solar panels itself. According to Renewable Resources, it costs between $15,000 and $29,000 for average-sized systems that produce between 4 kilowatts and 8 kilowatts of power. Another negative includes it depends on the environment of the place you reside at. According to Renewable Resources, since solar energy relies on sun, electricity cannot be generated during the night, requiring you to either store excess energy made during the day. This means that you will have to pay more on top of the high cost of the solar panels. In conclusion, if the positives and negatives are weighted, then it is evident that the positives outweigh the negatives, not just because of its number, 3:2, but also because the first negative doesn't hold a lot of value, as solar panels might be expensive, however are much cheaper than installing national grid-based systems into the many rural areas in Tanzania. Moreover, the social impact of introducing solar electricity to remote areas like Tanzania is enormous. The introduction of electricity will help create productive employment in rural areas, which will have a positive impact on the social growth. These are the reasons why I believe solar panels should be installed in Tanzania as a good alternative to produce electricity.